My name is Jennifer Lee O'Neill, and I'm currently living and was born in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. 4 years ago, I attended my staff party. I had one drink. The next thing I knew, I woke up in a stranger's car. Upon asking the gentleman who was in the car with me to let me go, he refused. Luckily, through having sent out a text message to a friend when I found myself in the car, which was garbled, but it basically read "scared." Upon arriving home and for weeks afterwards, I just watched my mental health fall apart. My father and I realized that this was a significant enough of an event that it needed to be reported to the police. While I was in bed falling apart psychologically, I was also involved in this criminal court process, which takes a long time, and it's in some ways violent in the same nature that sexual assault is. In that time I was on pharmaceuticals. I just wanted to take more and more of them because everything hurt so badly. I just wanted to go to sleep and never wake up again. When I realized that that was what was going on, that I was ultimately going to commit slow suicide or just become a zombie, I got my doctor's permission and the permission of my family and went off of the farms because I couldn't sedate this. It wasn't talk that I needed at that point. It wasn't pills that I needed. My brain needed the chance to rehabilitate itself. And it was my craniosacral therapist who suggested neurofeedback. What I liked about it at first was just that it was peaceful. I could sit in a dark, quiet room and see my brain on a screen in a way that I'd never seen it before, and it gave me the realization that my brain wasn't broken. It's not some design of a pharmaceutical corporation who wants to overpower our healthcare system. It's not a medical treatment. It's a brain training system. It's natural. It's not manipulating your brain in the way that traditional biomedical approaches to trauma treatment have. It doesn't involve a professional looking at your brainwaves and deciding whether you need to be tweaked this way or that way. It recognizes the power of neuroplasticity and the brain's ability to recognize its own functions and choose how it wants to respond to that. It's giving your brain just the chance to stop and say, wait a minute, how do I want to think? And so what I found NeuroOptimal helped with immediately was my ability to express myself. It increased my resilience, my ability to slowly start to speak to my community. I started to do public speaking about it, and every time I did public speaking, I felt like a layer of grime fell off. But it's a tiring process to speak publicly about an assault. And so I found that if I did a neurofeedback session before and after, I would not go back to bed. And that, to me, was just the keys to freedom. So I found that NeuroOptimal helped me so much in getting my cognitive resilience together to speak publicly that I thought, well, why don't I just start telling my friends about it? Promoting this within my community was indeed a form of activism, because what it offers us is the tools we need to be able to meet each other and then address the structural issues, because how can we engage in activism without our inner strength and our inner wellness being there? I think we need to be motivated from a place of wellness, even though that's not possible for all of us. Sometimes NeuroOptimal can help. In my community, a role that I've taken on is crowdfunding. I became familiar with the fact that people are willing to give when they're given the opportunity. I was also running out of funding to pay for my neurofeedback, and so the next year when I tried to go back to school, and I was unable to do neurofeedback every day, I started to relapse. I started to go back to bed. It sort of dawned on me that I felt comfortable asking my community to fund initiatives that were for other people and other institutions, but not for myself. Eventually I realized I could either keep hiding and maybe not be able to return to school ever and go back to bed, or I could ask. So NeuroOptimal took me under their wing. They've helped me to get the tools and skills together that I need to open a clinic in my home I'm in the process of opening a clinic in Kingston, Ontario. What I'm developing is a sliding scale neurofeedback clinic where there will always be 5 to 6 clients that I have for free. And the idea is service user-driven care for me, where only we can decide what works for us and what works for our healing. But what I've noticed is that NeuroOptimal can't hurt, but it can possibly provide a foundation for people to decide where they want to see their healing going. NeuroOptimal has helped me to go from being what I would consider a survivor, somebody who's just keeping their head above water. I've felt myself shift into a phase where I can look the trauma in the eye, speak to it, not forget it, not dissociate, and not shove it under the rug, while still embracing all of the other parts of myself that aren't trauma related. I'm a fantastic runner. I'm a wonderful cook. I'm a great friend. I have a bunch of parts of me that I wasn't able to see when I was surviving. So I look forward to seeing where I'm at next year. And I think that perhaps next year I might not even remember the day. You know, that's my dream.